Hello everyone, welcome back to Silent Hill F. So something was bugging me about the last ending we saw last time. I couldn't really find the right way to put it into words until I took a look at the view ending screen. Here. Yeah, it was about the way they were treating her and I couldn't really find the right words to phrase it until I took a look at this screen right here and see what it says under Fox's wedding. It says, dolls are happiest when they are loved. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I was trying to find a way to put into words. It's more than just her. It's more than just them treating her as a possession. They literally view her like a doll, like a prize to be won. And I couldn't really find the right words to phrase it until I saw that description right there. She is like a doll to them. So we are gonna try the fourth ending now. I am not gonna play on Lost in the Fog difficulty because we don't have the necessary omomoris, we don't have the necessary tools, our health and stamina are not upgraded, and I get the feeling if we play that difficulty now we are gonna get crushed. So we are gonna play on hard mode instead, and we just have to hope that we gather everything that we have to, so then eventually I can tackle Lost in the Fog. So here's the requirements for the fourth ending. We have the 2 full endings, we have that already. We cannot take the red capsules. We gotta purify the sword, and we gotta offer the brooch. So you gotta remember those 4 guidelines. Purify the sword and offer the brooch especially. So we're gonna load from this one right here. Or should we load? No, I think we'll load from this one over here. This one has a better layout. Yeah, so we're gonna go with hard. Lost in the Fog puzzles. Should we go for those puzzles or not? Puzzles will be easier to solve. Nah, you know what? Let's save Lost in the Fog for when we do that game mode also. Let's just do it all at once. So we're just gonna do story to make it easier. Should we go with the navy or the white? I think we started with the white last time, didn't we? So let's start with the navy. The first cutscene is gonna be different, I know that for sure. Alright, so this is the 4th playthrough. See how this goes.
Hey, did you know that when a girl grows up, she has to get married? It's her job.
It's not a job. Don't you want to get married, Hinako?
Okay, so this one is similar.
I don't know. Maybe not. It doesn't sound fun when Daddy talks about it.
Kind of like homework, huh?
Okay, so we can skip this one.
I have to.
We've seen that one before.
There's no way. Never.
So I wonder, when do we offer the brooch? I'm guessing that's near the end. I want to see if we can find anything different here. I assume there was nothing new in the cutscene after that, or else they would have told us. Oh, we got some new stuff for the journal. According to another legend, once upon a time a water dragon that resided here spewed poison so people would not approach. Then Inarisama subdued the dragon and made the land hospitable again. That was your first mistake. Don't build a village on top of a freaking demon. You know, that's the first mistake. This area also has a surprising number of onsen. There is research suggesting that the tail of the water dragon could in fact be referring to an incident where onsen water containing noxious gas spouted out of the ground like a geyser. I feel this theory is the most likely. Of course, this is game about the supernatural, so chances are that theory is complete crap and there really is a dragon underneath the town. From the findings of a recent town hall investigation, it was observed that the mountains to the north and south of Ebisugaoka have a very brittle surface. The town hall declared that a landslide could occur at any given time, but the residents argued back, saying that in the last several hundred years, there has been no record of such a disaster. Sakuko says that the divine protection of Inari-sama is actually what's protecting Ebisugaoka. I also remember her telling me with a straight face that when the residents no longer believe in Inari-sama, Ebisugaoka will once return to an uninhabitable land. Yeah, because if they don't believe in him, the god's gonna abandon their ass, so I would just leave them to rot. They won't be like Mantarok in Eternal Darkness, where he was still protecting humans long after they had even forgotten about him, or even knew he was there. Like, these gods would just say fucking and just leave. You know, you shouldn't have settled here in the first place, so there's no point to us protecting you anymore. I wish we could go beyond this point. Entry to mountain prohibited.
Path. Used to climb up there.
Maybe we'll get to go there at the very end to stop whatever it is that's coming out of the ground. Do we have any type of we do not have weapons or equipment. I wanted to see it to give us the sword again right from the beginning, but I guess we have to get it from the tree again. That sucks. We do have the Omamori, but okay, high durability, light attacks, durability, grace increases stamina. Yeah, I think we might need that to dodge since we're on hard mode. This will help. This will help a lot. This will help a lot. Hopefully we'll find some more. Yeah, there's certain gods like Cthulhu that'll still give you power if you remember them. But there's others that'll just abandon you. It could also be that they created Inari-sama of their own collective belief, and then that subdued what was another more ancient deity, and so that's why it'll abandon them if they stop believing, since if it needs worship, then it'll die without their belief system, and then that older god, which probably doesn't require any type of worship, will just come back and kill everyone. So this place is locked over here. Gotta keep an eye out for the red pills. We don't want to take those. I wonder if there's anything new in the house. I believe all the statues have already been activated, so we don't need to do that again.
Pray.
We do not need to submit the offerings to the Jesus statue since we've already done that. Well, let's check out the rest of the journal entries. There were some new ones too. Okay, so that we read that one already. Ooh, that's a lot. I think we might have read that in one of the endings, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, because we only read it in the wedding ending. We didn't read it in the previous ending. So yeah, that's just telling you how it can cure any impurities. But it can also harm you if you take it. What about Space Wars? Yeah, I think we read this one too. Let's read it again though. Shu watched this movie when he was young and came up with the Space Wars game we used to play. I watched it back then too because my dad dragged me to see it. I don't have many memories of that time, but according to my dad, it scared me so much that I couldn't stop crying for days. Since this was the inspiration of Space Wars, I was thinking that it'd be an exciting story. Apparently, that only applies to the last scene, with the rest of it just being a sci-fi horror movie. Shu didn't like that when he was younger, and so it was his dream to fight back with his very own space army. That's one of the things I like about Shu. He doesn't let reality hold him back. Yeah, we kind of saw that when he was thinking that that drugging and getting his best friend addicted to illegal medicine would somehow help his cause. We saw that. We saw that very, very clearly. Okay, so I said this was gonna be our fourth one, right? So let's see, ending 2, ending 3. I think we better use this one as the fourth, just in case we mess up. We can always start over from this one. Although we have this one here, but this one doesn't have all the extra items that I gathered since I skipped much of that. So let's use the last save file. That'll be the very last one. Man, we are 32 hours into this. It feels a lot longer. I know that's only counting the time on that save file. It's not counting the other one. So overall, we're probably like 40 hours or something, but it feels a lot longer. Like, this game does feel a lot longer than Silent Hill 2 in many ways. I'm looking forward to finally finishing it, you know? Not that it's a bad game, as the combat is just frustrating. The story is top tier, and the atmosphere.
Oinari-sama. The fox gods enshrined all over the place.
Someone noted that the fox heads disappear from the shrines in the Foxtail ending, the one where they confront him as a monster. That could be a sign of his power weakening. I do wonder what he'll do in this one. Because in the wedding ending, he took full possession of her. She's basically his at this point. Or kind of shared between him and Shu. Which is all sorts of wrong. But then you had that one there. Then you had the other ending where they kind of fought him off. But apparently it's supposed to be like a bad ending, which I don't really get. Like how her escaping from his grasp is bad, unless she just didn't do it fully. Like she chose to stay in the fog world and not you know, live in the quote unquote real world. Why is there so much candy here? 3 bags of Arare. Why is there so much candy here? I guess since a kid lives there, but still, that's a lot of candy. Yeah, so I wonder what he'll do in this one. Will he accept it, or help them take down that thing, whatever it is, or what's he gonna do? That's referring to her dad telling her to play house. Balcony key. So since we're playing on hard, we're gonna have to conserve health items. I wonder if that was Koroyuki's one day, back when he was young, and you know, human. He was still human back then. Or maybe it is just some random boy, who knows. But yeah, I wonder what he'll do in this one. I assume he'll help them contain whatever that thing is, because it wouldn't be a happy ending if that thing ended up destroying the whole town and killing everyone. I don't think that's They said they evacuated most people anyway, but come on, you know there's still some people who refuse to leave. There's always people who refuse to leave, so I'm pretty sure there's still some people left in the actual town who would get killed if that thing emerged. I guess the quote-unquote true ending is that she has to come to terms with what's happened, but also keep the lessons of the past, meaning she doesn't just forget about everything. Okay, we got this one. Got this one here. Got the corner one. That's 3. We need 2 more. Where's the other one? I always forget where the last one is. Although I don't think we need it, since we already did the statue, so I don't think we need to I don't think we need to offer anything else. So we're probably not gonna get anything from there. Yeah, I think we might just be we might just need to get going, because I don't think, since we already did the statues, there's nothing to offer. So I don't think we should actually get anything from here. Yeah, we already did all that stuff before. Like I said before, I wonder if it is some type of time loop, because otherwise you wouldn't have stuff still there, you know. The statues would reset. Some of the stuff she's done she wouldn't keep, so I wonder if it is, like, maybe it's the town that's keeping her in some type of time loop to give her a chance to find a better resolution. Almost like loop theory, you know, the loop theory that James just keeps staying in the town over and over again and going through events over and over again. Except good this time, because in James's case it's that would be stupid, because that means his story never has a resolution. But here, maybe it's just giving her a chance to explore all the different scenarios. Meanwhile, that thing is getting ready to emerge, but she can stop it with his help. And so what we're going to do also for this playthrough is when we get to the Sakuga boss fight, we're not going to play it cautiously. We're just going to go right at her and use the Omamori and the extra weapons and all the extra shit we picked up to hopefully even the odds against her. We're not going to bother trying to fight her over 2 hours. I'm just going to go straight at her and see if I can just beat her down within 15 or 20 minutes. Because there's no point in prolonging that fight, and I am not doing it again for 2 hours. So no matter how much damage we'll take, we just deal with it. We're just going to go straight at her and see what happens.
Where's everyone? What about Chizuruya? Maybe I'll find someone there.
So obviously, I'm not gonna record every bit of the full playthrough, because all of it's probably the same thing. So we're just gonna skip ahead until I find something new. There's gotta be some new files or memos or new cutscenes. So when we get to the new part, or maybe some of the enemies, then I'll pick it up back then. So see you in a bit. Well, that did not take long. Look right here. I had a feeling the dialogue between the ladies might change, but I was giving it the benefit of the doubt, and no, it is new. You can hear them talking here about what they think happened to her. The lady saying straight out right, it was a fox that spirited her away. That's important, because remember what Koroyuki, or the fox god, told her in the third ending, that in time people would forget what happened to her and they would just dismiss it as a fox carrying her away. So it looks like they're already starting to buy into that.
Spirited her away. Of all the families that enter, one cursed by Oinari-sama? Shh! Someone is going to hear you.
So that leads me to think, is it Koroyuki's family that's cursed? Like, are they rivals? Maybe his family worship that other deity and the water dragon? Yeah, that puts a twist on it, because like, I remember reading about the cursed family, but I don't think we have access to it here, right? Nah. Oh, let's take a look at what it says about yeah, there's Koroyuki. Oh, we should probably check after we stop playing this particular save file, maybe in like an hour or so, we should probably check the second one just to see what it says about Shu's monster. I really want to see what she has to say about him. But here's her view on Koroyuki. A large fox monster, ferocious and agile. On top of all that, he can even summon his underlings to the fray. His beautiful coat, however, is covered with putrid festers. The 7 lavish tails symbolize his youth and divinity. So he is a god, pretty much, but he was kind of corrupted by his lust and wanting to own her, pretty much. This strong emotional attachment to her, he was pretty much corrupted by it. So it's not just eating away at her, the whole thing that's happening, it's also kind of eating away at him. Because you remember in the ending he said, I did all this for you.
You traitor.
Sakuko.
Where are you off to? Don't usually see you around here.
Yeah, we can skip that. That's not new. We've seen that before. But yeah, he said, he pretty much said, I did all this for you. I gathered wealth. I became revered. I gathered knowledge. All this stuff. He pretty much did it for her. That's what he's saying. So that's why he felt he's entitled to her. Even though it doesn't work that way. And obviously as a, who knows how many millions of years old god, he should know better. But yeah, so it was rotting away at him. I do like that interpretation of it, that even deities can get influenced by this power, whatever it is, you know. Now, it's not just a one-way street. Oh, it's not just humans caught in these, you know, these eldritch horror scenarios. Like, even the gods themselves can be influenced by what's happening around them or what they feel. This is one of the women that I think he took before Hinako. Like, I wonder if he was trying to perfect whatever he wants to do with her on them. Because we find her writings in the shrine world, so I wonder... Like I said, I think it was one of the women that he took before.
It's torn.
And she just disappeared and they never found her because obviously she's in a whole other realm. She's in a completely different dimension at that point. They're never gonna find her. Like, I still wonder if he does plan to maybe offer her some type of sacrifice to that, to stop that other monster from rising. There's Shu, our resident drug dealer. Oh boy, Shu. I thought I'd seen how bad he can get, and he just got worse in the wedding ending. Like, he got really, really bad. Like, her father's a scumbag, sure, but goddamn, Shu. How could you? You drugged your own best friend with addictive supernatural drugs to try to get her dependent on you so that she wouldn't marry that other guy. Like, Jesus Christ, he almost makes Koroyuki look respectable. And he's a fox demon, and even compared to that, he almost looks respectable compared to Shu. Like, at least he seems to respect her in some capacity, you know, on some level, but Shu just completely breached her trust and did God knows what to her. Jesus. We thought he was such a sweet, nice boy, and then he turns out to be a scumbag.
It's Shu.
No different than Rinko. Although Rinko's psychotic, so you almost can't even blame her for her behavior because she's crazy. She's just plain crazy, but he should know better. I'm surprised Hinako didn't kill him for that, but I guess she saw him as her partner. You know, the feelings just ran too deep, but... Yeah, if that's Heather or... You know, one of the protagonists from certain other horror series, like... If that's Heather or Carolyn from Tormented Souls or something, they probably would have killed him for that. For daring to drug them and try to turn them into an addict to control them. Like, yeah, that's probably the end of Shu in any other scenario. It's only Hinako that has compassion for him. Like, I think someone like Heather, especially given her past as Alessa and seeing what drugs did to Lisa, I think someone like her probably would have killed him outright for that. There's the infamous drugs right there.
Hey,
So now we know he's
partner.
questioning whether to
Sure.
give them to her or not, knowing what they're gonna do. Okay, so this is the same. We can skip that. We already got the trophy, so we don't have to worry about getting caught. It makes no difference. I think it only saps our health, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't make much difference now. We got the trophy for that already. And the other chases too, so... Now we can just run. We don't have to worry about all that. Run, Hinako. Don't let that skirt slow you down. Persistent vines, aren't they? Hey, look at that. We got through it again without actually getting caught. Nice. Doesn't give us anything this time, but we got through it. Impressive.
From Shu.
These painkillers should work best for you. They'll not only take care of your headaches, but also any pain from injuries. If you ever need to talk or anything, just call my name and I'll be there. Good lord. Shu, why did you turn me into a drug addict? What the hell's wrong with you? Just throw that shit away. We don't need frickin' pills and drugs. We got chocolate. Ah, but that's for sanity. No, we got candy. Crispy rice cracker.
My partner said.
Here we go. I wonder if we should switch the Omamori. Let's see. Greatly increases stamina recovery. Greatly shortens out of breath duration. Maybe we should save this for the boss, and then for normal situations, just increase the health. Oh, look at that. Greatly decreases damage taken to full health. We got that one. And then we got the one that gives us health when we fight enemies. That's after each counter. We don't want to go that far. Slightly restore self after defeating an enemy. That one sounds pretty good because that way we're always constantly getting health back, so. Yeah, we want to be as overpowered as possible for this one. How much can we see? No, we can't see how much are those the shrine points? 1035. I wanted to see what we have available. Alright, so like Major Zero's told Snake once upon a time, survival is critical here. So we're gonna have to conserve resources. We do find a lot of health items, so hopefully we're gonna be conserving those throughout the game, because I have a feeling we're not gonna have tons of them left over the way we did before. I get the feeling we're gonna go through quite a few of them as we go along. See, there's one, the bandage. Give it a pipe. So we're gonna have to find the UFO weapon again, because that's one more weapon we can use.
What is this place? I need to get back to Sakako.
I think we gotta take a look at the shrine, see what we can do. Nope. Leave those evil drugs behind. I'm not super big on avoiding all forms of medicines, or even some, shall we say, less than respectable drugs, like even, you know, like even a certain thing that people smoke is becoming more and more legalized everywhere. But in this case, she really should avoid the drugs because they actually are evil. They're made from a supernatural plant that its maker did not understand, and even then he still gave it to her to get her addicted. So it's just a freaking mess all around. You should avoid the drugs that make you hallucinate and also send you into another dimension. Like Lisa, when she was taking the White Claudia or the PTV, whatever, like she was seeing all that stuff, but she wasn't completely hallucinating it. Like, you know, she was seeing some of the stuff in Alessa's world, so she was kind of losing her mind, but at the same time, she was also getting a glimpse into
Rinko.
into another dimension of sorts, a dream world. Kind of like Lovecraft stories where you glimpse some of these other worlds and you just go insane. And once you glimpse them, there's no stopping it. Avoid the monsters and move ahead. Which one was the one that gave us weapon durability? Do not increase or using focus. The one that gave us super strong attacks if we didn't use focus while doing the counter attacks. Scales with the number of enemies. Greatly decreases damage taken at full health. Actually, I think I might. Well, let's see how the other one goes. If we get into a lot of trouble, we might pull this one. I think we'll probably put that one on for the boss fight and the stamina one. Since those weapons don't have durability, we can just switch all that shit out and put better stuff in. Yeah, where's the counter one? Not that one. That's a heavy attack. Oh, we should also use this one during boss fight. Increases damage inflicted. That's the one I think we should probably put. The swallow. Because let's see, this is weapon durability will not decrease. Light attacks. Additional damage. Slightly restores health. The damage is pretty great with that. But on the other hand, if we do this one, then we won't have to worry about durability. So let's switch this one up for the swallow. Perform a counter without using focus, increases damage inflicted. No, you know what? Let's keep it the same, because if we use focus here, then our weapon won't decay and we'll also get this one. So yeah, I think that's a better combination. Maybe we can experiment later on. Come here, you bitch. Oh yeah, it did not decay in the slightest, so yeah, there you go. Just keep the focus like that, keep the focus button pressed and the weapon won't decay. That's very useful. Especially for like the axe, I imagine. Maybe not the sledgehammer, I think the sledgehammer is a bit too heavy to really benefit from that, but the axe, the crowbar, lighter weapons, even that sword, that useless ass sword eventually. One thing when we do get the sword, one thing we have to remember is we're gonna have to kill every single enemy we can with it and then go back and purify it. Because I do not want to fight enemies with that crappy ass sword with no supernatural spiritual power, and it's just It's just a cheap trinket at that point. It just breaks very easily. So when we get that cursed sword, we gotta remember to just go all around that area and just kill every single enemy that we can. Just kill them all. Leave it empty so that when we go back and purify, we just run back to the house and there's nothing there. There's just no enemies, nothing. They're all dead. So one thing to remember, we gotta kill everyone before we purify it. And we can always go back, so that way we get the full benefit, but we also proceed with the story. Because once inside the house, you get sledgehammers and axes and that type of thing, so it's not quite as needed over there. It's outside where you have like 30 or 40 enemies waiting for you. That's the trouble spot. But yeah, like I said, if we just use the sword and use it to kill everyone and then go back, you know, before we purify it, it should be alright. Because that way we get the benefit and we also move the story along. I know you're probably supposed to avoid combat in the harder difficulties, but like I said, it's just easier to kill them all too. That way they're not following you around everywhere. Gotta be careful though, they move fast, so here we go. Again, like I said, just use focus and it won't decay. There you go. See, look at that. Not a scratch on it. Now, if we can only get one for the heavy Omamori, the heavy attacks, if we can only get one that protects it during the heavy attacks, you'd pretty much be invincible. Because the weapons wouldn't deteriorate. I also get the feeling we're going to be making a lot of saves here as we go along and figure out what we which sections we can do fairly easily and which sections actually test us a bit. We'll be making multiple saves. There's the thing about the alien invasion, where Hinako's a fool and just goes along with her parents, not realizing they've been replaced. And then Mira just gets them all at the end. She kidnaps everyone. Some Yokan, we definitely need that. It's funny how that could be for both the UFO ending and the true ending if that water dragon starts to emerge. It could actually be both. It could be the dragon emerging from it and just destroying the bridge so that nobody gets out. Even though you really just had to just climb over it pretty much. Like it's just it was an easy jump once you see it. It's not insurmountable. But I guess if you're old and feeble, it might be too much to ask to those people to make a big jump over the remains of the bridge. That might be a bit too far for them. But the younger people should have no trouble making it that far. It's not like you're jumping 20 feet or so. It's a fairly small, easy jump. Where's that other doll? I want to clear the area. Oh yeah, I hear it stomping around over there. Nope. Let her come to us. If she wants to, if not... You know what, screw this. Whatever. Nah, we don't need to be there. We got everything we needed from over there. We don't need to be there. Yeah, you know what? She's not bothering us. We're not gonna bother her. Just let her... God damn. You just had to do it, didn't you? You bitch. You just had to come over here. I was gonna let you live. I think it decayed a little, but it's still pretty it's still pretty durable. More drugs. I was gonna let you live, but nope. You had to come your nosy ass over here. You couldn't mind your own business. I always forget the damn thing over there. I always forget she's over there. Come here. You took my health, you bitch. So it looks like as long as we use focus, the weapon will not go down at all. It goes down a little bit if you let go of it and use light attacks. Although even then, since we have the other Omamori, it still does a pretty good job keeping it intact. So that'll be definitely very helpful for later on with the crowbar and the baseball bat.
Anyone here?
I was gonna play Tormented Souls 2, but I kind of changed my mind. You know, been kind of avoiding that game just because it turned out to be so much more frustrating than I anticipated. Like I expected it was going to be more like the first game, and no, it's just hard as shit. Sometimes at least. Like I think the two most frustrating boss fights I've had this entire past month for like the past 2 months have been the battle with Sakuko here, and then that boss fight with that freaking power sliding skating nun. That thing was insane. That almost made me lose my mind. Household tips for the good wife and wise mother, a collection of loving ways for mothers to create the perfect home. I think that was different in the other one. I don't really recall that specific message. Maybe I'm forgetting it. What's in here? Yeah, I'm just keeping this section, you know, intact in the video just in case we find anything new. I'm probably gonna proceed with the rest of the game normally from here on. If I see that we're not finding a lot of new stuff. Because there's still memos we haven't found and a lot of trophies we're missing out on, so I assume there's a lot more stuff to discover that I just haven't stumbled onto it yet, so. We know she's over there. She's not fooling anyone. If only you could throw like a pebble at it or something. She always tries to ambush you from around the corner, but we know she's there. You know? I was about to say, was there anything in here that we needed to come here for? But yeah, there's the keys right there. Use the bloody key. Wait a minute, this is the key. Where's the... I forgot, where's the window lead to? Yeah, where does the window lead to? Oh, it doesn't lead anywhere. Did we get the other key from over here so we could go in the backyard? There we go, backdoor key. Really? We need more space. We can't find in that little tiny room there. We'll get cut to ribbons. So let her come to us. She'll make it here eventually. It'll take her a while, but she'll come here eventually. Is she trying to come in through the window? Really? Is she seriously trying to jump through that window? I guess she was. Alright, let's see if she's still here. Nothing to say now? Really? You were all ready to go and fight someone a few minutes before. Now you're quiet? I think this might be enough space. Let's see. If she wanders her mannequin ass over here, come on. God damn it, she's one of those. You know, the enemies that'll just flee until they actually get an opportunity to surprise you. They don't want to fight fair, they just look for a sneak attack. She's one of those. Too bad for her, we got the holy steel pipe of Ebisugaoka. The sacred steel pipe of Ebisugaoka. Passed down through generations of our residents for its holiness.
This should be an offering.
I've noticed it looks a little blurrier when I connect it to the Gato, because I'm using obviously you connect the HDMI cable to the capture card, and then you connect DAC to the TV. So I'm using the capture card, so I notice it looks a bit blurrier. I'm gonna have to play this game maybe when I'm doing Lost in the Fog difficulty on my own. I'll try it out without the connection, see what it looks like, because I don't think I've ever played it by itself. I'm always recording or trying to record something, and sometimes you don't notice it, like with Resident Evil 4 remake there's really no difference, but sometimes it does. I'll look a little blurry. I've noticed that with RoboCop especially, not the main game but the sequel / expansion, Unfinished Business. I've noticed it looks a little blurry when you connect it to the capture card, so I'm gonna have to try that on my own eventually to maybe appreciate how good it actually looks, because like Digital Foundry gave this game a very impressive like 9.5 out of 10 or something like that from a technical aspect, but it doesn't look quite as great as Silent Hill 2 to me. But maybe that's because, like I said, I'm playing it through the capture card and it kind of tends to diminish the quality just a little bit. Like you don't notice it on the
This isn't good.
on the video, but I definitely notice it
really
on
hope
the
you and
screen.
Hinako are all right.
Okay, so since I don't want to record this whole section all over again, I'm just going to proceed normally until we find something new. If I find a new memo or a new memorial or something, then we'll start back from there. So look what we found here. I'm guessing we could have taken it for one of the other Jesus statues we saw along the way, the first one. But look at that, here it is. We got the sword. So look at that, now we got an invincible weapon because the sword repairs itself, and we have the Omamori that as long as you hold down the focus button, it will not decay weapons. So we pretty much have an invincible sword right here. Hell yeah, we're gonna use it the whole game. Because I was disappointed. Why didn't they give it to you from the very beginning? But it makes sense that you actually have to go back to the statue and pick it up. So I'm guessing if we had bothered to check the first Jesus statue, it would have been there. So we could have just gotten it this whole time. So yeah, there we go. That's gonna come in handy against what's her name, Sakuko? That'll definitely come in handy against Sakuko, that's for sure. Holy shit. We got the sacred sword. We got the Blade Reaver. Can't call it the Soul Reaver because that's trademark, but got the Fury Reaver, the Anger Reaver. What would be a good name for it? Damn.
Is it dead?
Yeah, she's dead, alright. Sit your ass down, fool. That'll definitely come in handy against Sakuko, because that's the strongest weapon we have. So now, like I said, we can just charge straight at her. Because look at all the health items we got. We got 7 bandages, a first aid kit, 4 Arare, and 5 Yokan. Like, god damn, we got so much freaking health. That'll definitely come in handy against her. That's for sure. I want to go back and offer that carcass that we found, because I'm trying to keep the space open. Trying to keep the space open so we can collect more stuff for the shrine. We still don't have enough points to get the last upgrade for the Omamori. It costs 3,000. I think we're like at 2,400. That's definitely a priority because we want to be able to use that for the bosses. And if we have one for Sakuko, if we have an extra Omamori slot for Sakuko, we could really do some damage there. Because remember, the weapons there don't decay. Oh, you want some too? You want some? Come here. Come here, you bitch. You hear the bell chiming? It was like when she made the offerings. Look at that, we're a samurai now. Speaking of samurai, I was thinking of renting Ghost of Yotei, but I think I decided against it because I'm trying to get Kirby Air Riders first. If I can't get that, because apparently the demand is very high, so the availability is very low on GameFly. So if I can't rent that, I'll probably rent Ninja Gaiden 4, because I was supposed to rent it, but the problem is I kind of forgot to cancel the we can offer one. I forgot to cancel the GameFly subscription before the 28th, so they charged me $20. So I might as well use it at that point, you know. The $20 already paid for, so we already lost it. So might as well use it to rent Kirby Air Riders. And if that's not available, then rent Ninja Gaiden. Because the thing is, thing about Ghost of Yotei is even though the game seems appealing, I know it's very long. Like it says it'll take you minimum like maybe like 45 to 60 hours to do the story, and then you could do like 85 on the other stuff. So that's way too long considering we only have like 2.5 weeks to play it. I'd rather take Ninja Gaiden 4, the shorter game, even if it is more criticized by some of the fans than Ghost of Yotei, but I'd rather take the shorter game and be able to enjoy that than, you know, I end up renting Ghost of Yotei. I don't finish it. I get like halfway and then I have to send it back, or else I have to pay another $20 to GameFly to keep it for one more month, which I'm not going to do. So I'd rather just rent Ninja Gaiden. I never played 3, but I enjoyed 2. It was difficult but fun. You know, good old Ryo Hayabusa. I like the chime sound that it makes. It reminds me of the Soul Reaver when you finally upgraded the full way in Defiance. It makes like the screaming sound, like a soul starts screaming inside the blade. It's really cool, and it's overpowered as hell too. Like it's hella OP. You can kill a demon in like 2 or 3 swipes of that thing. It's ultra powerful once you cleanse it with the Spirit Reaver in Defiance. That explains why the blade is so formidable, and afterwards in all the other games where like just 1 swipe or 2 swipes, so the physical blade can destroy any enemy pretty much. So it's in Blood Omen especially, it's an ultimate weapon pretty much. But anyway, like I said, I'll rent Ninja Gaiden. Even though it's not Ryu Hayabusa in this one, which kind of pissed some people off. Well, it's not Ryu. We're putting out some new guy who apparently is a bit of an edgelord. He's edgy in all the wrong ways. But we're not playing Ninja Gaiden for the story, right? We're playing it to slash demons and evil ninjas to ribbons. We're not playing it for the freaking story. We don't even know what the story is. Like that. I remember in Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox. I remember the story having this supposed FBI agent who was working alongside Ryu, and she was just dressed in the skimpiest clothes imaginable. Like she was wearing like a leotard and some knee-high boots and stuff, and all her flesh was showing and a bunch of skin. Is like no FBI agent in any world would dress like that ever. I don't care what specialty they're from. I don't care they're some type of super ninja FBI agent. They're not dressing like that ever, male or female. So it was just there purely for the TNA. So the hell?
What was that?
Is that the fat guy? The guy that's supposed to simulate the dad? That does not sound like him. Maybe it is. I'm guessing that's when he does the burp attack, but that does not sound like him at all. Okay, we can't go that way. Gotta find a UFO weapon too. Where do we go? I guess this part over here, since this is all closed off. I contemplated renting Indiana Jones for one single moment. Just a few seconds, but then I realized that's a bad idea because if we install that version, then what's going to happen is when I eventually buy the digital copy, and I will buy it eventually when it goes down below 40, I don't know what's going to happen there, if that's going to conflict with the installation from the disc, because the disc is not a full install. It's only like 30% of the game that's on it, so it has a paltry amount of the game on it. Like it's not even significant at all. But the thing is, like I said, I don't want to have to delete that and then install the digital version all over again. Plus, I've seen that game. You know, I saw a playthrough of it. I watched someone play it from beginning to end, so nothing in that game really surprises me. I just want to play it the way it's meant to be played with the Indiana Jones music. Since the indie music is copyright, you can't really play it on YouTube without muting it. Plus, the twist is kind of stupid, but overall, it's still a great game. Pretty good game if you enjoy Indiana Jones. Not so much if you're a casual fan. It really is more for like the die-hard indie fans. The indie heads. Oh hell yeah, this sword rocks now. Now that we have the Omomoris, is actually useful. Before it was kind of meh. It was mediocre, but no, now it's a killing machine. Got this puny, scrappy, 90-pound girl just going around massacring these monsters with that sword. Yeah, you know, give it a good sword. Anybody can beat those creatures if you had a good weapon for it. Trying to look at a freaking UFO poster. Where is it? Is it over there? I don't think that's it. I assume that's not it. Oh, is it this one? Oh yeah, I think it's this one. It's the long, thin road. This path. Wait, that's not it. Oh, is it this one over here? I think I'm staring at the wrong house. Or building. Oh yeah, there it is right there. Let's see it. So now that we have that, I guess we really can just also use the lightsaber. Because it's not going to deteriorate every time we use it. Can we just chop this block of wood in half? Or do we have to move it? Here you go. Drop me that laser, boys. There you go. Thanks, Grey Dudes. Tell the Shiba Inu we said hi. Tell Mira we said hi. Thanks for the weapon, dudes. Now go back to wherever you came from before this Silent Hill-like town takes you to. Because we're not in Silent Hill, but we're already in the fog, so get your asses out of there. Where the hell are we circling to? Okay, so that's... we have them over there. Yeah, where are we supposed to go? I always forget the path to Wrinkle's house. Mainly because I don't want to go there. Wrinkle sucks. Okay, there it is. I see it. Are you gonna strike? I guess she wasn't gonna strike. She was waiting for her partner to catch up. She has a partner too. Hey, we got both of them. Nice. 2 for 1.
Is it dead?
That's messed up. Her mother telling her to follow Fox Guy's lead. Obviously she doesn't know he's some type of fox demon or deity, but still. Come on, and what if your man is stupid? What if your man makes dumb decisions? You're supposed to follow him there too? Like she's following the dad and the dad is a drunken jackass? Like, come on, man. What if it's like Otacon in Metal Gear Solid where he's making the wrong mistakes? I mean the wrong decisions every step of the way. He's always making mistakes. Are you supposed to tolerate that? Or Junpei? Like, I love Junpei in Persona 3, but he screws up a lot. Like, if the female protagonist from Persona 3 Portable, P3 Portable, had gotten a chance to marry him instead of one of the other guys, he would have had a lot of work to do. Because Junpei's awesome, but at the same time, he's also a bit of a screw-up. So, are you just supposed to follow everything he says? Come on, man. Same thing with Yosuke. Yosuke in Persona 4 is fairly intelligent, but he also makes his fair share of dumb mistakes. Are you just supposed to follow him mindlessly if you're his girlfriend or wife? Come on, man. It can't be that way. It's an equal partnership. And you need your partner there to tell you when you're doing something stupid, you know? Like, we know Hinako can't rely on her partner because he tried to drug her and get her addicted to drugs, so she would be dependent on him. But if you have a genuine equal partner, you have to let them stop you from doing stupid stuff.
Disgusting.
Hinako!
Let's test the sword on
Don't go anywhere
on
near
this
that
weirdo.
weird stuff. It might be poisonous. Go around to the garden on the right.
Whatever,
This way.
Shu.
Got it.
Whatever. Whatever, Shu. Oh yeah, so if we can get the sword early, that'll definitely come in handy in Lost in the Fog difficulty. I'm kind of regretting not trying it now, but it's too late. It's way too late. Let's take the steel pipe because we're not gonna come back here. So even though this is barely worn out, look at that, it's still on high durability. But we might as well just take it now because we're not coming back here. So might as well take it until we can replace it with something like a crowbar or an axe or another bat. Might as well take it here. The knife also puts in work. It's actually very useful now that it's pretty much invincible. It's actually a fairly kick-ass weapon. So yeah, Hinako's now the melee goddess. Nothing can stop her. She's just invincible. But back to what I was saying, like, what if your man is constantly doing stupid stuff? Are you just supposed to let it go? Really? Just like that? Look at Alan Wake. Look what happened when his wife didn't stop him from throwing that stupid tantrum that pretty much ruined their whole lives. You know? If instead of going outside into the lake, he would have stayed there and watched over his wife, none of that would have happened. Instead, he went outside raging like an idiot, and then he's just, the darkness got her. Then he had to dive into the lake to rescue her, and then it was all over. Once he dove in there, he was never coming back out. He was just stuck in the nightmare forever. You know, if she had stopped his stupid ass decisions, none of that would have happened, so. I like the smog that it pours out, that black smoke. It's cursed, but it's cursed in a cool way. Alright, let's kick this guy's ass.
What is that thing?
Hinako! What's going on?
Some giant monster just showed up.
We gotta put the hay bales between us.
I can't get to you! Head into the storehouse. I'll open the window.
I don't think he does a charge attack, does he? I guess we're about to find out. No, not that one. Come on, jackass. What are you waiting for? Fool. Yeah, I do not believe he does a charge attack, right? Let's see. You gonna do it? Oh. Screw that, man. Yes, just do it the regular old-fashioned way. Let's just hit him with a heavy attack. Right in his back. The sword's massively overpowered, so it doesn't make a bit of difference. Let's just damn, I grabbed the lightsaber. I meant to grab the sword. And he's down. Let him rot there. Like a jackass that he is. Come on, Hinako, playing Space Wars with your shoe didn't give you the strength to turn this?
No,
You didn't do
keep
enough
turning it.
exercise? You're supposed to be into fitness. Oh, here comes the mannequin brigade. Could be a piece of trash. Oh, we got time to turn it. Let's go. Come on, Hinako, work those arms. Work those triceps. Got the storehouse key. Let's get the hell out of here, man. Hinako, use your legs. Put your back into it. And I'm gonna kill these two because I never killed them. I don't want to see what's in here if there's anything in here.
Window. Hurry!
There you go. Okay, so that's him. I thought there was someone behind me, but no, that. Oh, there is someone. There is right there. He's sending minions after us. And screw you. Did she leave? Oh, she can't see us. There's the flowers, the spider lilies. I believe that's what they're called. Okay, so there's nothing here. Just the two enemies.
You okay?
I asked because like I said, I never usually kill them. I just run past them, so I didn't know if there was anything in that room like a bandage or first aid kit or anything, but no, it's just a regular enemy, so there's nothing there. Okay, so we grabbed everything we needed to grab from over there. Is there anything in this corner of the woods? Just a red mass over there. Hello, fox. Nice little fox shrine. Where'd he go? Oh, over here. We gotta go pick up the psycho bitch. Freaking Rinko. Her ass sucks. I don't want to pick her up. She sucks. I guess we'll offer the Ramune. Oh, we have some already. 33.25. You know what? We might as well do it now. We might as well do it now because then I'm gonna forget to do it if we wait. If we wait until we're fighting Sakuko, I might forget to do it. So let's just do it now. Pray to increase our abilities. We need this one, so we can have 5 Omamori slots. Because health and sanity won't do much good for us there. Plus, we already have a shit ton of healing items. So yeah, we're gonna use our final Ema, and we're just gonna get one last Omamori slot. I think we're full. We can only wield 5. And that should give us a trophy too. Do we have what else do we have? Before we do that, we have Higashi. I'm gonna save that for the battle so we can keep reloading our stamina. I don't want to run out. We need these for health. The divine water, I guess we could sacrifice one, but I don't know, we might need it. We might need it during the actual battle to restore our sanity so we can do the focused attacks. We got 2 empty slots. What should we do? You know what? Let's sacrifice 1 divine water. Might as well. Just 1. I'm sure we'll find more. Here we go. Increase Omamori slots. Your prayers were heard. You can now equip more Omamori. Nice. Cannot increase any further. And we don't have enough stamina for this. So we also don't have an Emma either. So there we go. We got 5. Now what can we put over here? Okay, so what do we have? We have slightly restores health. Weapon durability. Greatly decreases weapon durability. I mean weapon durability consumption. Deals additional damage. Let's do max health. For now, we'll probably switch it eventually, but let's do max health. That way, even if we do get hit, we don't have to heal that often. Oh yeah, we got a long health bar now. Alright, so we got past that first boss-like enemy pretty easy. A lot easier than usual thanks to that sword. Like I said, I wonder how tough I was about to say Yakuko's Sakuko is gonna be. I'm thinking of Yakuza, which was on sale. No, I wonder how tough Sakuko is gonna be now that we got all that stuff on our side. I'm guessing the challenge might be at least slightly reduced, so hopefully it won't be too problematic. I hope. Maybe instead of 2 hours this time, it only takes 45 minutes. I'm wondering, should we go all the way to the boss fight, or should we stop here? Because I think we have, let's see, how much have we recorded for the different segments? Because I always piece them together, so let's see, you got... One's 18 minutes. Another's 30 minutes, so that'll be 48 minutes, and then we're at 25, so a little over an hour. We're at a little over an hour, but the thing is, I don't know how long the boss fight's gonna be, so... You know what, yeah, I think we're gonna stop here. Because even if the boss fight is a lot easier, which I expect it to be, I don't think it's gonna be difficult like it was before. Like, it might be a little hard, but we should be able to manage it a lot more properly now. It shouldn't take us 2 whole hours, but the thing is, I don't know how long it actually is gonna take. So even if it only takes like 45 minutes, that's still a long time, and it's 4:22 a.m. over here, so it is kind of early. or late in the morning, depending on your point of view. But yeah, I don't want to risk going to that boss fight, because after this I think there is just a few sections on the streets, then you go back to the shrine world, and then you face Sakuko. But the thing is, like I said, I don't know how long that boss fight is going to take. It could take 20 minutes, it could take 45 minutes. Like I said, it probably won't be 2 hours, because we have all that extra stuff now, and we have the game's best weapon. But even so, like, I don't want to play 10 minutes ahead, go to the boss fight, and then the boss fight takes almost an hour, and it's just I'm just sitting there waiting for the moment to record. So yeah, we will handle that next time. But all in all, I kind of regret not trying Lost in the Fog difficulty now, because it's actually proving to be very easy with the enemies. You're almost invincible with those Omamori, and now that we got the sword, we don't even really need to use the other weapons, except for like the sledgehammer and the axe, I assume, for like the really heavy guys. That's, you know, the ones with the different faces, and I guess those blind enemies, stuff like that. Big stuff, big enemies, we can use the axe and the sledgehammer for them. But other than that, we barely need to use any of the other weapons at all, because the sword just takes care of everything, and it never decays. You know, it already healed itself ordinarily when you switch to other weapons, but now combined with the Omamori, it just doesn't take any damage, period. So we pretty much got an invincible ultimate weapon on our hands. Hinako's basically a killing machine at this point with that thing, so it shouldn't take that long. But at the same time, because her HP points that Sakuko has is so huge, she must have like the highest HP of any enemy in the game. It might still take a while, even with those weapons and enhancements, so I don't want to tackle it right now. We'll tackle it next time. But yeah, like I said, I kind of regret not trying Lost in the Fog, because it really does seem doable now. But I figure every advantage helps, so by the time we max out our health, max out our sanity, actually I think we did sanity, I think it's only stamina, but max out our health, max out our stamina, get everything that we can get. You know, if there's an Omamori that lets you really decrease or even just completely disappear the damage that you do during heavy attacks, that would be pretty useful. If you can do heavy attacks and it will not damage the weapon, that would be mega useful on Lost in the Fog. And like I said, we'll also try the puzzle difficulty for Lost in the Fog when we get to that. Yeah, all in all, I'm having a lot more fun with this round in the game than I did before. You know, the first playthrough is really the worst. That thing sucks from a gameplay perspective. It's just too frustrating and difficult. Once you really start to get the hang of the combat and you really start to get some of the better rewards, that's when the gameplay shines. So it's kind of a shame they did it that way, that you have to endure a pretty miserable slog through certain battles in the first game to then get all the goodies and rewards, all the good stuff that lets the game be highly enjoyable the second and the third time. That kind of sucks. Or the fourth time. I also noticed that now that we recovered all the hidden boxes that you could only open with the fox mask, now they're just giving away items for the shrine. They're giving you like dried carcasses and combs and stuff like that. They're not giving you Ama anymore, so we might have to scrounge around a bit to see where we can find some of those, because we haven't gotten one yet. I think we only had the one from the last playthrough, and that was pretty much it. We have not gotten any other Ama so far, so we'll have to scrounge around to see when we can upgrade the next step of our health and our stamina. But I'll pick this up again in a couple days after I play Tormented Souls 2. I guess I have to. Hopefully the game gets better, but yeah, I'm enjoying this one. Is it game of the year? No, but I'm enjoying it a lot more now than I did when I first played it the first playthrough. That first playthrough was rough, but it's actually quite fun now. You know, killing everything in sight, just slaughtering these monsters with that sword. It's actually fairly enjoyable now, so we'll keep going with it and see where the fourth ending leads us. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time on Silent Hill F on the PS5. See you later, everyone.